Hello, my name is Travis Tompkins. I am the Escambia County Emergency Manager.
And I'm Scotland Williams, meteorologist and emergency management coordinator for Escambia County.
And today is Monday, September 26th.
And we're backtracking the tropics because we have what is now Hurricane Ian, in addition to another wave just off the west coast of Africa that has a high chance of development over the next 5 days. But we are solely focused on Ian looking to impact the state of Florida. Right now, it's still down to the south of the western tip of Cuba, but it's still about to move into those favorable conditions in the Gulf of Mexico, and we're expecting that rapid intensification. But we do still have the cold front, which is something that's on our side, and it's going to be a steering current still off to our north and west right now, but will be pushing through the state. This is a look at tomorrow morning at about 7 a.m. Ian still coming up close to the west coast of Florida and approaching the Keys. The front is not going to be able to push through Ian. Ian will not be able to hop over the front, but it will be able to nudge it just a little bit to the west. So that's what we're looking at. But again, Travis, I spoke of those favorable environments in the Gulf of Mexico, so this thing is really going to strengthen.
You know, and you're looking at the cone, and as I said Friday, that cone would move around and shift. Over the weekend, we were in the cone. And so I'm very thankful to see that a lot of people did take our message seriously and were starting to prepare, getting that 7-day ready, food and water. I'm really glad to see that happened. I'm also very glad to see that the cone did shift much further to our east, and it shifted a little bit more to our east. The GFS model, that one of the models that all of us follow, kept pushing it over into the western part of the panhandle, but again, now finally it's starting to line up with the European, and so that's good news for us, not so great news for our neighbors to our east. The storm surge is going to be pretty significant for this storm. The storm itself is actually, the winds are going to die down from what we're understanding, but that doesn't impact the storm surge. The storm surge will have already built, and it's going to push in.
Yeah, there's some winds in the upper levels, and that's going to erode the cloud top, so that's going to allow the storm to weaken before it makes landfall, but still getting up to a Category 4 hurricane. Those winds will be very strong and will be able to be felt well away from the center of circulation. And remember, that can fall anywhere within this cone of uncertainty, so we're really watching for that. There's watches and warnings along the west coast of Florida as well as for the Keys. Speaking of those stronger winds, I mean, here's what we're looking at, even here possibly in Escambia County, about a 10 to 20% chance for us. And the most likely arrival time for those, this is an Eastern time, so for us around 7 a.m. on Thursday to 7 p.m. those would likely arrive, and those tropical storm force winds are 40 miles an hour or higher.
And that's something that we have to watch out for. We've got school buses, we've got ambulances, we've got bridges, and so that's something that we're going to definitely continue to monitor. Even though this has shifted over, we still want everybody to still be prepared. We all know what happened with Hurricane Sally. If you were here during Sally, Sally was not expected to hit us at all, but it did impact us, and it was a rapidly intensifying storm. So we still need to be ready, and we're still in the heart of our hurricane season right now. We still got to get through the month of October. All that preparations that was done this weekend, that's great. You now have that for if we're impacted for something a little bit later in the season. We're looking good, but we need to, don't let your guard down. We really want to keep monitoring this and still stay weather aware.